Hey friends, Fuya here once again. Welcome back to episode 46 of our Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes blind playthrough. Last we left off, we were charging through the first chapter after the time skip. And, well, we have a good chunk of support conversations to get through. So our plan here is we're going to do a little bit of mix and matching. We're going to start off with a few conversations. We're going to do one of the skirmishes. More conversations. I think we have another skirmish after that. And then whatever conversations we have left, we'll finish off with. And that'll put us in great position for tomorrow's episode, knock on wood, to finish off the chapter with the big bang. But I think I should just kind of get rolling into things, so let's start with Hilda. Why not? I'm curious what she has to say to our main character.
Glad that's finally over.
Oh, hey! Nice job out there.
You too, Hilda. Good to see you back safe and sound. That was one close fight, huh?
Which fight?
So? I didn't even break a sweat.
Really? Well, I guess we did have the upper hand for most of it.
We sure did. And yet you still charged headfirst into the most contested part of the battlefield. You know, that's why you end up feeling like every battle is some huge ordeal. It's so unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
I know you want to argue. I can see it in your eyes. Living fast and loose is only going to land you in an early grave.
Yep.
Well, it's not like I'm trying to live like anything. This is just how mercenaries are. You can't distinguish yourself by hanging around in the back. And if you don't stand out, you don't get paid. People notice you if you do something showy on the front lines. And that can bring in the next job, you know?
You're basically commanding an entire army now? What does recognition matter at this point?
He has a point.
You're probably right. I guess I've just gotten so used to fighting like that, it's hard to change. Aren't there a bunch of mercenaries in Goneril territory? Pretty sure I've heard of a merc company stationed at the throat.
Yeah, we use mercenaries a lot when we're beating back the Almiran army.
Then I'm sure they're the same as me. Haven't you seen them going all hog wild, competing with each other up at the front?
I've never really fought with them, but I can imagine that they're way different from regular knights.
Mm-hmm.
My brother is always going on about how some guy from some mercenary company or other died fighting at his side.
No surprise there. The more a merc makes a show of themselves, the easier it is for the enemy to spot them.
Right? And that's exactly why I'm worried about you. You don't have to stress about grabbing attention and getting paid anymore.
It's interesting that she has that thought, you know. Shows that she has a kind heart, even though sometimes she can come across a little bit iffy.
So just take it easy, okay? We don't want you dying before your time.
Yeah, okay. I'll keep that in mind. It's not like I have a death wish or something. I can't really change my fighting style overnight. But I'll try to keep the recklessness to a minimum. Don't worry. You know, I've never seen a noble worry so much about a mercenary. You just sit back and enjoy the show, all right?
Enjoy the show? That sort of talk is so not making me feel any better.
There you go. And that's actually an interesting conversation. Kind of want to see what the rest of it's like, but we'll have to wait for that to turn eventually into a B. Let's do Raphael, then we'll choose someone else.
Hey, I was wondering if I could ask you something. I heard that you don't have any parents. Is that right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. The woman who raised me died, and I don't even know who my birth parents are.
That must be tough for you, huh?
I don't really feel sad about it or anything, but I do think about my birth parents sometimes. It can weigh on me, not knowing who I really am, you know?
Well, you might not know who you are, but you still work hard and you keep your chin up through it all. That makes you super strong in my book.
Thank you, Raphael.
Hey, Raphael. Your parents are gone too, right?
Yeah, both my mom and pa died in an accident.
Well, then you're just as strong as I am. You work harder than anyone I know, and you do it all with the biggest grin in the world.
He's got some massive muscles.
Of course. It's easy when you love training as much as I do. Hey, I just realized something. We've sure got a lot in common. Our parents aren't with us anymore. We're both commoners scraping our way through this war, and most importantly,
what can be more important than that?
both of us have got some serious brawn.
Heck yeah.
I appreciate that, but our body types are completely different. Not sure this really counts as brawn.
Sure, you're a little scrawnier than me. and maybe a lot smarter. But you know, my brain's been getting a constant workout ever since we opened the inn.
You have an inn?
Oh, yeah. I went home and started one up with my grandpa and little sis once the academy shut down. Running a business like that takes a surprising amount of muscle. Sure, there's regular stuff like hauling things around, but you need brain power too.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever want to make a profit, you have to pay real close attention to keeping the books straight. I mostly let my sis handle that stuff, though. That muscle still needs more work for me, which means I'm in charge of the cooking. But that has its own share of problems.
Yeah, it can be tough to find your footing when you switch jobs, especially if you have to start doing things outside your wheelhouse. Trust me, I've had my fair share of growing pains getting used to the army life. Everything's way different from how it worked with my merc groups.
But don't you just fight? That doesn't seem so different to me.
As a mercenary, the only thing you're responsible for is yourself. Show up and do the job right, and you'll get your pay. But having soldiers to command, people I'm in charge of beyond just myself, that's a huge change for me. And there's way more to military work than just plain combat. Stuff like managing resources, making sure everyone has the weapons and armor they need. I don't think I'm bad at math per se, but it's definitely not something I'm used to doing. And the more stuff there is to keep track of, the harder it all gets.
Hey, you're not so good at using your brain
Ouch.
either. We're practically twins. That makes us pals now, right? I've got your back. So you just keep on working hard, buddy.
He's a good guy.
Right back at you. Let's keep fighting the good fight.
Wonder if the female MC conversation's similar. Let's see if we can find someone that's not main character. Just to end it off with. There you go, Ignatz, perfect. And that'll be our last one for now.
Ah, there you are, Ignatz.
Hello, Lysithia. Do you need something?
I wanted to thank you for your actions in our skirmish earlier. You blocked the enemy's approach, which allowed me to maintain my position on the battlefield. I'm very grateful.
Oh, you don't need to thank me. Protecting comrades is all part of the job when you're a knight.
At first, I thought knighthood would prove to be a task beyond your ability, but you've turned out to be surprisingly dependable. Didn't you come from a merchant family?
I sure did.
Then if I may, why have you chosen to become a knight instead of taking over the family business?
Because I'm the second son. My older brother is going to take over the business. My father wanted me to become a knight so I could help my brother that way. It was a lot to deal with, but in the end, I'm pretty happy with how it all turned out.
It's quite commendable to choose a future based on your family's wishes.
Oh, it's not so impressive.
Yes, it is.
Your family must have been ecstatic when you were knighted.
I suppose they were.
To be honest, I am envious of you.
You are?
I am. I haven't been able to do anything for my own mother and father yet.
And yet you're a genius.
I hope to be as strong as you and do something equally wonderful for my parents one day.
You're very considerate of your parents, Lysithia. And I know how hard you work when you set your mind to something, so I'm sure you can do this too. Yes, well, if there's anything I can do to help, just let me know.
That is to say, I certainly will. Thank you.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I really should be going. The work of a knight is never done, after all.
He's more perceptive than most people give her credit for, so you probably got the feeling that he was holding some stuff back. But let's, just in case, we'll go ahead and save. I doubt anything's going to go bad in a skirmish, but you never know. But time to go to war. The main mission there. That's right, you only had the one. Ugh. Let's do this. Grab supplies. Doesn't matter what.
How about it?
Doesn't really matter, but I'll take a strength ring. Alright. They're surrounded, so basically we have to make sure people don't die. Yeah. Okay, I should be able to get to them without any issues. Yeah, basically just go zoom, zoom, zoom. And then we got 507. Yep, okay, perfect. Anything change in my characters? I don't think it did. Nope, still Cavalier, still Wyvern. Okay, Let's roll.
Here I come.
What she said.
Hurry, they're waiting for our help. You're at a
You're right.
disadvantage here, so don't get reckless.
We may not have the zoom, but we still can zoom.
You gotta help us out, please.
Hooray, crits. Okay. Maybe we'll get those kills when we can. Kneel. Except it didn't work. And dead. Ooh, there's a lot of them here. In the wind, baby.
I have no time for mercy. Fantastic.
I think that means we saved one.
You're not just adorable, but powerful too.
Not sure how she'd feel about being called adorable, but I don't disagree with you. That's not good.
So this is defeat. I'm sorry.
Oh, hey.
Let's go.
So you're self-targeted.
It's under our control.
Good night, thief.
Don't mind if I do.
Take that yoink. Oop. There it is.
Is that all we've got?
Everything gets sent flying. Nice and easy. Nice.
Step closer to my goal.
That is a level, Claude.
We'll be taking this now.
Complain about you being apparently immune to attacks, but we fixed it.
Knowing when to retreat is a fight.
How are we doing in kills? For 351 there, 383. Okay, we're doing fine. As expected.
That turned out well.
Right where I was looking to go. Perfect.
One tough fight on your hands.
Anywhere I can kill things for a minute. As long as... Oh, there we go. That works. I'll go take care of them quick. We're a little bit short. I wanted to kill at least one more group of enemies before I went too far.
You're gonna leave me in the dust if I'm not careful.
We'll go and cream these guys. Ooh. Dang, that explosion just does so much damage. Alright, that should be good, right? Because that should put us above 5. Yep, perfect. Hooray, Cavalier. You know, Scythia actually might make a pretty decent Dark or Holy Knight. Obviously, can't guarantee anything, but feels like she would. We'll meet you in just a second. Hold on. So,
All part of the plan.
We won't be defeated. Out of my way.
out of her way indeed. And that's game.
I'm glad we made it in time.
Was there ever any doubt? Can we get another good level up? Yes, actually we can.
More fighting means more strength.
And Claude is getting pretty strong.
I must make more progress.
Cavalier maxed.
I had this talent hidden away.
So you did. What do I want to do with her now that she's not a Cavalier? Yeah, is there one of these going to be a fight?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Apparently not.
Hey!
Sure. Do I need it? Almost certainly not. I don't think the one unit was part of our army before yet. The supply person is not here yet. Yet being the active word. Yes, you're not who I wanted. You're the one.
Care to make yourself
Who
useful?
should volunteer? Don't feel like you guys need it yet. Definitely not you. Let's. There we go. I think that makes a lot of sense. At this rate, it shouldn't take too long to max out both of them. Actually,
We all must
everybody
do
at this
our fair
rate.
share.
So again, all the work we put in the first playthrough coming up in spades, which is good. Now we are already on to the main mission, so we'll see where we're at after these conversations. But first, the buddy combo of Raphael and
Hey there,
Ignatz.
Ignatz.
Oh, Raphael!
I've been looking all over for you. Got a minute to chat?
Of course. With all the battles lately, we've barely had any time to sit down and rest.
Right? It feels like I don't even see you anymore. And I definitely don't have enough time to show off my muscles.
Remember to stay hydrated, friends.
Glad to see you haven't changed at all these past 2 years. The Officers' Academy shut down so suddenly. I scarcely would have imagined we'd all end up back together as part of an army.
Same here. Oh, and I could hardly believe my ears when I found out you signed up to be a knight over with Lawrence.
To be honest, I had nowhere else to turn. I owe a great debt to him and his generosity.
Gotcha. He's not such a bad guy, that Lawrence.
I agree. Tell me, Raphael, how have you been holding up these past 2 years? I hear your family opened an inn.
Oh, yeah. Me, my grandpa, and Maya. Business is going pretty great if you ask me.
That's wonderful. And how is Maya?
She's as sunny as always. That reminds me, she was pretty worried about you. I better write her a letter and tell her you're okay. I'm sure she wants to see you. Bet you're feeling the same way, huh?
Of course, I'd love to come and... That is, I should write her a letter.
What's wrong?
Life never works out the way you want, does it?
Huh?
Oh, it's nothing. Just thinking back to my childhood. Back then, I felt like I had the power to do whatever I wanted.
What do you mean? I still feel like that now.
You do?
Sure. I know I joined the Officers' Academy to be a knight, but that option's off the table. But look at me now. I might not be a knight, but I'm fighting in a war as if I was.
That's the point.
All you've got to do is put your mind to it, and you can do anything you want. Trust me.
Yes. I think you're right. Thanks, Raphael.
Ignatz is an interesting character. At times I'm not a big fan of him, but he's pretty cool. They're both going to be main character, looks like, Claude and then Marianne. Okay, we'll do Marianne, then do Claude, and then I'll put us like 25 minutes, so
Hey, Marianne, you were really doing great during those drills today.
we might just move on to the main mission.
Oh,
I'm heading over to the mess hall. You want to join? After all that training this morning and no break, I'm starving.
And she refuses.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. You like to eat alone, right? Then don't worry about it. I'll find someone else.
no, I'd like to accompany you. If you would have me, that is.
You sure? All right then, let's go. I wonder what's on the menu today. Oh man, that was good. I feel alive again.
Yes, that was nice.
By the way, why do you decide to come along with me?
What do you mean?
You usually sit by yourself. I thought you didn't like eating with others. Sometimes I see you eating with Hilda, but I figured that's because she makes you do it, right?
Yes, I do feel more comfortable when I'm alone. I haven't been around people much, so I don't normally know what to say in conversations.
Well, now I'm even more curious why you decided to eat with me.
Must be your ruggish good looks, right?
Well, you have a strange power, right? It makes you transform, or something like that.
Yeah. You curious about it?
It's not so much that. I, wondered if you despised having it.
We'll say yes.
It does bother me, but I can't really put my finger on why. I know it makes people suspicious of me and curious about my background, but that's just how people are.
And yet you always have such a sunny disposition, and everyone here respects you. I wondered why that was.
I mean, I sure hope they respect me. So that's why you wanted to join me?
I wanted to know how I could be like you.
Like me? But, Marianne, it's not like you have some mysterious power
Does she?
tucked away, right?
No.
No.
I don't.
If you just want to make friends with people, then you don't need to think so hard about it. It's not like anyone here hates you.
Don't they? I'm so useless.
Hey, you're a huge help to all of us. I mean that. So, you don't have to force yourself to act like someone you're not, okay?
All right. Thank you for saying that.
That was a nice conversation. And now Claude. What will Claude have in store with us? I have absolutely no idea where this is going to go.
Hey, Claude. Looks like you had another one of those meetings. You finally finished?
For today, yeah. But we're picking up right where we left off tomorrow.
That's a lot of talking. What could possibly call for that much discussion?
Well, first, we need to settle on a direction for the Alliance. And then come all the pesky little details. All responsibilities need to be doled out fairly, but each territory has different resources and different circumstances, you know? So it's tricky to figure out what's really fair. There's no one answer that works across the board.
But you're their leader. Can't you just make a bunch of decisions and get it over with?
I mean, maybe, but then, you know, that would probably bring up a lot of hard feelings.
No can do, I'm afraid. I may be the leader, but I'm still just one of the 5 Great Lords. Sure, I may be the idea man, but I don't have the authority to enforce anything on my own. On top of all that, most nobles are experts at focusing on what's good for their own territory instead of what would benefit the Alliance as a whole. When priorities clash, the debates just go around and around in endless circles. Makes me wonder if we'll ever reach a consensus on anything.
Hold on. You really think you'll win the war like this? You'll always be on the defensive if you can't act decisively.
I hear you, believe me. The process works much better in times of peace. But since we're at war, it's frustrating to say the least. What's worse is that it's near impossible to get a read on the situation. I don't have the foggiest idea how we're going to overcome this. Say, mind if I pick your brain? What would you do in my shoes?
What, me? Well, I guess I'd...
Give him the old bam. I guess skirt around them.
You gotta just give him a nice whoosh. Deal with him that way.
Uh-huh. Whoosh. You care to spell that one out for me?
What I'm saying is, why not just get rid of all the talking?
You mean get rid of the Alliance's council altogether?
Exactly. If you give yourself more authority, then it won't take as long to make
I did think that's how we're going with the conversation.
It doesn't even have to be permanent. You could go back to the old ways once things are peaceful again.
I don't think that's going to fly, mate.
But I guess that wouldn't go over too well with the other nobles, huh?
Actually, I think you're onto something. Can't say it hasn't crossed my mind before. If folks at the Round Table just keep looking out for their own territory's interests, we'll be in a world of hurt if the Alliance is ever invaded. I just wish they could see that.
Whoa. Are you seriously considering it, Claude?
Of course. Unfortunately, the possibility of it actually happening right now is basically zero. But you've given me a lot to chew on. Let's do this again sometime.
Huh.
Just say the word.
Fair enough. And we took care of all the support conversations. I did not think we were going to knock that out, but cool. Let's see then. So, that is everything we have to do at camp, except we have to figure out what Lysithea is going to become. She's nowhere near a level, so we don't have to worry about that possibility. When she does get closer, we'll want to stick with Bishop or Grimory, probably. Bow Knight seems like overkill at this point. These seem maybe a little overkill as well. Thief wouldn't be terrible. Swordmaster's being worked on. I kind of like Pegasus Knight, actually. We'll see abilities. Not you. They're all going to be the same. Actually, hold on. weapon is... Yeah, that's still good. Okay. Yeah, you know, I feel pretty good about this one. Keep that. With that, I think we don't have to save. We'll save once we're in the middle of the mission. 25 minutes in, yeah. I don't see a reason why we shouldn't just blow through this. It's gonna be like a 10-15 minute mission at most. Excuse me, sick drift. Got to stop the Imperial Army, huh? The defense of the Great Bridge. Alright, we'll save here. Not expecting anything too crazy. It's going to be a beginning mission, so shouldn't be too much of a difficulty figuring things out.
Sir, Viscount Phlegathon has sent an urgent appeal to reinforce the front lines on the Great Bridge.
Acheron again? How many times does that make it today?
Only the 4th. He sent 8 requests yesterday.
I'll call that an improvement then. Thanks. Just tell him, message received, keep your chin up, and good luck out there.
Yes, sir.
You sure it's okay to just blow him off like that? I mean, I get that it's Acheron, but
He can deal with it. That guy would rather foist his duties on everyone else than bother to lift a finger himself. There's a reason we call him the Weather Vane. It's a cruel twist of fate that a selfish lord like him controls one of the most important points in the Alliance.
Claude, we are nearing the breaking point. My father has sent an urgent request for reinforcements.
Oh boy. Things must be getting really dire if Count Gloucester's sent word as well.
Then surely it's time for us to depart.
I agree.
We just need to protect the bridge, right?
Yes. If it falls into the Empire's hands, there'll be no keeping the war out of Alliance territory.
I'd hate to see innocent towns and villages getting caught in the fighting.
With the way things are going, though, I think we should be ready to abandon the bridge if necessary. If we go in determined to hold it at any cost, we could end up sacrificing a lot of lives in a battle we have no hope of winning.
If worst comes to worst, it'll be up to us to evacuate as many of our soldiers as we can.
The war with the Empire won't end with the coming battle, so I want to keep our losses to the absolute minimum.
If the Great Bridge of Myrden falls, then Garreg Mach will be in jeopardy too.
That's how it's going to go.
That's true. And since Edelgard is set on toppling the central church, it probably won't end well for them. What are you going to do, Shamir? Will you return to aid the monastery?
No, I have repaid my debt to Ringa. I no longer have any ties to the Knights of Seros.
All right. Then let's adjourn this war council and get moving.
Here, here.
Yeah! Let's do this!
For the sake of the Alliance, don't hold anything back. I'm counting on each and every one of you.
Alrighty. Wonder who we're going to fight here. I'm still guessing Bernie's going to be one of them, but what do I know? Count Gloucester's routed. Linhart. Yep, sure enough. It was Linhart after all. Really cool, except for the fact that it's going to be useless to me, so no. We'll do Fusillade, we'll do Column Guards. I think that makes most sense. Wait, who's the main character right now? Oh, you're going to force me to be the main character right now. I see how this is. Alright, this is because they're going to show us how to do shallow move or whatever. Okay, well, both of them are next to each other, so I can easily swap over as needed. Right. Only concern is the chest down here. And her being right there. And Aspar is the main. Okay, whatever. That's what I was. I do find it interesting that he has the key on him. I'm presuming that's Caspar at the key and not this captain. Either way, that implies that someone's going to come jump in. My guess would be over here. Someone's going to jump in and be like, stop. Oh, fair enough. 1200, 17 minutes. Yeah, I think we got a good strategy. Let's get rolling.
This looks bad. We might have to abandon the bridge after all.
Watch closely.
Either way, we can't afford to lose Count Gloucester.
Good luck, you two.
We have to secure an escape route and rescue him.
That's not going to be easy. We'll have to take the surrounding strongholds first.
I got this.
We do not hurry. My father's life will be in danger. Can we make use of the archers?
Okay, let's get rid of you.
The volley right about now should do the trick.
Why do you dodge that? Hey, can you stop being tank? Thank you. Hey, look at that. Conveniently enough, we have the ability to fly. Oop.
Count Gloucester's locked in battle in the center of the bridge. Hurry and rescue him. We must save my father at once.
On it. Not helpful.
I had hopes to achieve victory without bloodshed.
Got him. I'm not gonna let you land until you die. Okay. For sake of getting more kills. Here you go. Oh, you have to press a button. Ain't that nice? Feels like I wasted it, but either way, he did. Conveniently enough, you had the advantage, and you're not using it very well. Got him. Slip back around.
It took you this long to arrive? Not that I expected much from our fraud of a leader.
Yeah, sorry about that. We're here now at any rate.
We're fine.
My, well done. I can take it from here. Go forth and continue your assault.
I would not trust that
Use you?
weather vane. He's liable to betray us at the slightest breeze.
We've got an escape route now, yeah?
Mm-hmm. In the wind. Or not. Oh, he's dead. Alright, let's go save our friend. Friend? Ally? Nice.
Count Gloucester, are you alright? At least we made it here in time.
Ah, so you have come to rescue me. You have my back.
But you just die. Have we?
I thank you. However, the situation is dire. Please cover my soldiers as they escape.
Now seems like an opportune time to curry favor with the Empire. Troops, we are defecting. Move out.
Looks like Lester's weather vane can't sense the prevailing wind after all. Don't hesitate to take them out.
Time to show how strong you've become.
Easy enough.
We've got no choice but to abandon the bridge. Count Gloucester, order a retreat.
I shall bring up the rear and draw the enemy away. All troops withdraw from the bridge post haste.
Yes, please gather here.
This isn't our last battle.
Goodbye.
Long shot, so we can't afford to lose any more troops. Guard them as they retreat.
We won't be defeated.
What she said.
I should have never thought the Empire my ally.
What kind of a lame defection here? Like, I got someone who just absolutely destroyed everybody in their path.
Means more strength.
And they're not going to get to me in 5 seconds. They literally passed me by, but they're not going to get to me. There's clear. Excuse me, how do you not get caught in that? Oh no. Anyway. Tell you what, if you can stop us.
I want as few casualties as possible. We could have the support squad protect the retreating troops.
Got him. Protected.
Sorry, but I'm not letting anyone escape. Get in my way and I'll knock you flat.
Bet.
Caspar, is that you? Well, no way am I gonna let you stop him.
I don't need to use it. And one more over here.
No time to lose.
Your sheer talent captivates me, Lysithea.
Spin the win. Miss the fighter. Could you stop guarding?
At least we disposed of one problem. Is it safe to retreat now?
I'm assuming this doesn't end when they retreat, otherwise I just made a critical mistake. Think about it, no, probably the bottom left hand side of the map is going to be where the enemy comes in, not where they were at. Hold on, is there... Did I miss something? You know what, I will trust in you guys to have this. I'm going to go take care of the... Go take care of our buddy.
You're pretty tough, but I'm not gonna back down now.
Go for it, Caspar.
Are you all right? Honestly, must you always rush off by yourself like that?
Man, you are in a bad situation, Caspar. I'll make it better for you.
Can't give up now.
You should.
Always be prepared.
Oh. He was almost dead.
Linhardt, what are you doing? The enemy's gonna get away.
You would have died if you kept fighting. You need to pay closer attention to what's going on around you.
Yoink. Good job, Leone. Exactly what I was hoping you were going to do. If only you wouldn't dodge. I don't think I defeated him. That's disappointing. They're going to retreat, and this fighter's going to die soon. And I'll be right over next to the next area. Good job, you hit the one I didn't want you to hit.
Now we have to guard against any enemy generals in pursuit. And withdraw
Oh, you're not dead.
once everything is secure.
Yeah, they're not gonna let us just waltz out of here. Target the enemy as soon as they pop their heads out.
I guess we probably shouldn't let them escape.
Yes, I probably shouldn't kill you, Linhardt.
Draw them in.
Stop, Linhardt. Don't go
But wait.
There's one thing Linhardt hates, it's a pointless fight. We might be able to convince him to
What's our kills going? It's gonna be close.
surrender.
Stop.
I really don't have much choice, do I? Sometimes you have to fight even when it's a pain.
So you shall.
Has the Valley of Torment frozen over? I never thought I'd hear you say something like that. We won't be
Sorry, Lysithea, you didn't get a chance to say what you were gonna say before we just utterly crushed Linhardt. Yay. Ooh. God, he's getting strong.
You know you'll end up dead if you keep going, right? So just surrender already.
Alright,
You could have said as much before you beat me up. You're all cruel, you know that? But fine.
better go back and help the main character, or the main base.
You were never the type to fight to the death anyway. If anything, I'm relieved.
I'd like to keep going, but
So you captured Linhardt, huh? Sorry to ruin your fun, but I'm taking him back.
Is he the only enemy general left? Then let's take care of him before reinforcements arrive.
oh no, don't do that.
If we can spare the effort, wouldn't it be preferable to take out all the nearby strongholds?
Got him. Most certainly dead. I think I forgot about you. Now that's actually not a fly area. You know, it looks like it should totally be a fly area. Meh. Alright. Good news is we fly fast, so. Even though we don't get to fly over the bridge, we're still doing pretty good. And time-wise, we were doing fantastic. And kill-wise, we have no issues. We're guaranteed to get it just by going and killing Caspar. So first we gotta go ahead and grab the strongholds and whatnot. Oh, sir, what the heck are you doing? Oh, thank you for attacking. Appreciate this. In the win. Got him. I'll save him for a second. He goes at me. Unfortunately, this is actually a bad combination. Normally Falcon Knights or Pegasus Knights are really good against mages, but I'm using magic weapons, so that kind of shoots that just a little bit. Don't mind me. Oh, come on. How'd I miss that?
This is hardly a surprise after all the work I put in. You did that all by yourself? That's incredible.
Alright, that's the end of them. You're in my way, I'll crush you.
I'm not a child.
Fortunately, that doesn't actually do anything against those characters, it seems. Where the heck is he? Oh, there he is. Doing the whole Dynasty Warriors thing and actually wiping everybody out. Oop. Goodbye. That would be game for you. Sorry, Caspar. Saving you last. Got it.
Now there's less chance we'll be attacked during our retreat.
Come on, Caspar. Anything interesting to say? Besides that? Fine, whatever. Die. You can't guard that. Victory. Defeated with quotation marks.
Fine, you can keep Linhardt then. I can't die here.
How did you retreat? You literally went to 0 HP.
Have to worry about them chasing after us.
Axe.
Let's get a move on and retreat before.
Ooh, master.
What's that?
You appear to be outmatched, Caspar. Allow me to show you all the full might of the Empire.
Reinforcements have already arrived. Then I have no other option. House Gloucester hereby swears fealty to the Empire. Cease fighting and throw down your weapons. Further resistance is futile.
What? Fall back! We need to get out of here!
Claude, what is the meaning of this? Father, why are you surrendering to... Father!
Saving his men's lives.
Claude, what is the meaning of this? Has the Alliance forsaken my father?
Far from it, Lawrence. Just calm down and we'll talk this through.
How am I to remain calm at a time like this? The noble House Gloucester has been relinquished to Imperial control!
He relinquished himself.
Considering his position, I'm sure Count Gloucester anticipated this possibility and has already laid the groundwork to switch sides. I doubt the Empire will lay a finger on your father.
So you've been thinking Count Gloucester might surrender all along?
The Count's greatest concern has always been keeping the people of his territory from getting swept up in the war. It only stands to reason that he'd prefer a noble surrender to a lengthy, bitter resistance.
I expect House Ordelia will follow suit and pledge fealty to the Empire.
Lawrence? Shouldn't we be returning to the Count?
If we go back to House Gloucester, we will no longer be able to fight for the Alliance. Is that what you desire?
No, of course not. Far from it.
I intend to remain with the Alliance army as well. Assuming that's all right with you, Claude?
Especially since, you know, in this playthrough, probably the those who slither in the dark are working with the Empire instead of against it.
I wouldn't have it any other way. This war has only just begun, after all. Since we've lost the bridge, the Imperial Army will soon descend upon Leicester itself. We can't allow them to run rampant over our land. It's time to redraw the battle lines.
Alright, you got a very valuable weapon out of it.
One step closer to my goal.
Can all be +2 power-ups, but that's pretty solid too.
Yep, definitely stronger now.
That's a pretty bad level up if you look at it from the point that was 2 level ups in one. Eh.
Good, but not enough.
That was solid. I'll give you that one.
I must make more progress.
Hey, new power! All right!
Glad I haven't been wasting my time.
Nice. Hey, look. Dark Bishop. Looks like that's where I left him off at.
Everyone here? Well, let's get right into it. We have to figure out exactly where we stand in this war. As you all know, the Empire has taken the Great Bridge of Murden. The Imperial Army now occupies what was formerly House Phlegethon territory. House Gloucester has surrendered to them as well.
Doubtless an agonizing decision on my father's part.
House Ordelia, to the east of the bridge, has also vowed not to take up arms against the Empire.
We had precious little in the way of arms in the first place. You have my deepest apologies. You don't have to apologize, Lysithea. Count Ordelia did what anyone would have done.
And now Lawrence and Lysithea can't even go back home.
That's not all. After the battle, the Imperial Army crossed Gloucester territory and attacked Garreg Mach. Rhea and the rest of the Central Church have apparently fled to the kingdom for sanctuary.
Then I suppose none of us will be able to visit our old school anytime soon.
I like that was on the agenda anyway.
I hope no one from the church was hurt.
There's no point in worrying about it now. But they're all tougher than you think.
Now that the monastery has fallen, the front lines are rapidly expanding north. It won't be long before Deirdre is within their reach. And if our capital falls, the Alliance goes with it. We have to stop them there, no matter the cost.
That all sounds well and good. But how large of an army will you even be able to raise at this point?
I don't think House Edmund will be able to send more troops. I'm sorry.
Which means House Goneril is the last of the 5 great lords upon whom we can rely.
I'm not so sure the combined forces of Houses Regan and Goneril will be enough to hold off the whole empire.
We'll just have to work with what we've got. And let's not forget the hero of Daphne. Who?
Everyone else who hasn't done New Game Plus.
He speaks of Judith, the head of House Daphne.
We can definitely count on her. It helps that she seems to really like Claude for some reason.
But we can't expect much from her in terms of sheer numbers. Any chance the kingdom could send troops?
I doubt they'll have any to spare. They've just started engaging the Empire themselves over in the west of Fargus. And besides, I'm not sure how much we can really trust them. I still have no idea what's going on in Dimitri's head.
A lot of things.
Well, we have an idea of how big our army's gonna be, if nothing else. What's the plan?
I'm still working that out. For now, all we can do is hold our ground and fight with everything we've got.
You can always count on me. And my muscles.
Thanks, Raphael. That unfounded confidence of yours is like music to my ears.
Lady Rhea, Sedith, I'm relieved you both made it out unharmed. It appears we arrived just in time.
You have our utmost thanks for aiding in our retreat, Your Majesty. I can only apologize for the trouble we may have caused your outfit.
King Dimitri, I cannot express just how grateful I am to you and all the fine people of Fargus.
The honor is mine. Your order provided me with immeasurable aid during my ascension to the throne. My citizens would have branded me a heathen had I not returned the favor.
And now it seems we are the ones who owe a debt. The Church shall provide whatever assistance it can to your efforts.
If you see it prudent, I have no objection to placing the Knights of our Order under Kingdom command.
Thank you both. While it pains me to qualify our hospitality, this kingdom is not a wealthy one, neither in goods nor provisions. I fear we may struggle to compensate your soldiers, or even to feed them.
You needn't trouble yourself with such concerns. Your generous offer of shelter will be more than enough.
Very well. We've lingered here long enough. Let us make for Ferdiad. There's much to discuss. The Church, the Kingdom, and the battles to come.
Dun dun dun. Alright, well at least we're not going to be facing off against him. Hopefully.
Indeed. Count Gloucester's timely surrender allowed us to advance with minimal casualties. Ferdinand's battalion is tightening the noose around House Regan's territory as we speak. The Minister of Military Affairs is making the necessary preparations to move his forces into the Alliance as well.
Once Count Burgleys takes the field, we won't have anything to worry about on that front.
Yes. And at the moment, we have little choice but to divert most of our military might to our conflict with Fargus on the Western Front. I fear Count Rowe's abrupt change in allegiance will have only served to further provoke the Kingdom's army.
Ah, yes, him. He disregarded our timetable and launched an attack on the Kingdom without our approval. And in doing so, has done nothing but make trouble for the Empire. Still, we can hardly afford to abandon him.
We have led our vassals to believe the Empire will always come to their aid. What a troublesome policy that has turned out to be.
The policy may be irksome, but we will not fail to honor it. Dispatch immediate reinforcements to Count Rowe.
Understood. And what message shall I send to Count Burgleys?
I'm still a little wary of the Alliance's plans, but tell him we leave matters in his capable hands.
That is where we leave off for today. So, things aren't looking good, but we're going to find a way to turn things around. But for now, friends, thank you so very much as always. Until next time, you all take care. I look forward to seeing you once again on the next adventure.